So I have just finished my first 4 rows of the duck, and those are the 4 increase rows to make the size of the base. I've kept my markers moving out each time I got to the start and the finish of the bend part of each end, and the further you go with this, the more off center they will be, because the increase starts over here and then the last increase is here somewhere, and then you've got the last few stitches, but these sides will always have the 10 single crochets in them. So when you're working round one of these ends and you're doing your increase 3, increase 3, increase 3, if you don't get to here where the stitch marker was on the previous round, you know that you've missed a stitch possibly round here, and you can undo it back to here and have another try. So as I say, these will be a little bit more staggered and off center. They won't match opposites as you work your way up. I will keep this going all the way through until I get to the very top of the body. So you can see that there is this quite a gappy hole where those 6 single crochets went into. This end it was 6 single crochets in one go. This end we started with 3 at the beginning of the row and put in the other 3 at the other end of the row, but there is a hole in each side, and when we stuff the duck we do not want all that stuffing to come on out. So I'm just going to hold my place with another stitch marker because we don't want that coming undone while I do this. Don't put it too tight or sometimes the wool can catch, so just about a crochet hook's length. And then I get my tapestry needle with a nice big eye for this thick yarn. Get that threaded. And then what I do is I just pick up the back of a couple of stitches over on this side of it, and then a couple of stitches or a couple of loops. Try not to go round on the front, you don't want to see the needle on the front, and just pull that through so it just tightens it a little bit, and then you can't see that hole anymore. You just sort of pulled it together this way. Then you want to use and this is why we have a long end, so that you can get down to the other end with the same piece of yarn. So just very carefully picking up a few loops just in and out. You don't want them to see the needle on the other side, otherwise you'll see some funny shaped stitches. Don't put it too tight either, otherwise it will gather your work up. And just catch a few of them so that you make it to the other end. So then I sort of pull it out so that I haven't pulled it too tight. And I'm going to go into the other side of the gaping hole. Go in. Oh, come on, let's go. There we go. Pull that there, and then a couple of stitches, a couple of loops on the other side, and it just draws it together, just making sure that you still haven't pulled that too tight. And then you can see the holes are nicely drawn together and there's no gap there anymore. Then I just find a little space to go through between 2 stitches and then pull this out and leave that for later, because what I do is I then tie this to another piece of end and then knot them together to secure them. Okay, so then continue with your next, I think it's rows 5 to 9, just with the single crochet, working your way up.